Are we live?
I think so.
All right. Welcome to Ron Real Autism Mom. I'm Holly, and I have 5 kids and 2 with nonverbal autism. They are amazing. They're my 2 youngest kids, and one is 2 and one's 6. And you know the saying, there is no such thing as a stupid question. We've all heard it, right? Well, one time when my mom, she had 6 kids, she one up me. I only have 5, she's got 6. Can't compete with that. I don't know. She had me, and I was a little newborn baby, and she was holding me, and she was at a pool, and she was holding a little newborn baby, and she had a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old and a newborn baby. And a lady came up to her and was like, "Oh, your kids are so cute." And my mom said, "Thank you. I know I made them myself." You know, I'm sure she said that. And the lady said, "Are they triplets?" And my mom looked at her newborn and her 2-year-old and her 4-year-old and was like, "No." So there are stupid questions out there. There are really stupid questions out there. And I have 5 kids, 2 who are nonverbal, who are autistic, and I've heard lots of stupid questions. Not from them, from adults about them. Okay, so here's some stupid questions that I've been asked. One is probably the most frustrating because almost everyone will ask it. And it's just the stupidest question. We need to stop asking these types of questions, especially to parents with special needs kids. Don't even get me started. This question is, when I say to people that I have an autistic child, 2 autistic children who are nonverbal, and they're little, one's 6 and one's 2, right? When I tell them that, they always ask, "So when are they going to learn how to talk? Do you think they'll learn how to talk? Are they going to learn how to talk?" Let me tell you the reason why that's a stupid question. I'd like to know the answer to that too. I don't have a crystal ball that I can look into to see the future. I am going to, as a parent, be the best advocate and support that I possibly can for my child to help them reach their potential. But I don't know where that potential is gonna land. I don't know what that potential is. I mean, think about your kids, the kids that you know, autistic or not. Do you know exactly what their potential is? No, you don't know their future. And so please stop asking parents about children's futures. Like, "So, are they gonna do this? Are they gonna do this?" We don't know, okay? It's a stupid question. Let's stop asking it. Really, it's an awkward question because I don't have an answer. So let's stop asking people questions that, parents don't have an answer for. I can't tell you at what age my child is going to start speaking. I don't know. So there it is. And another stupid question. It's a fun one. And it's asked by the most well-meaning people. And it's, "So what's your child's superpower?" As soon as I mention I have an autistic child, they're, "Oh, what's his superpower?" And I just cringe because I know that in online and in media, there's a lot of awesome examples of amazing autistic people who have these unique talents and abilities and so-called superpowers, and they, go to talent shows and they show how they can do these awesome games really fast or math really fast or you name it, they can do it. And it's really neat, and I think it's awesome and wonderful, and I like watching those YouTube videos as well. I think they're really inspiring. But at the same time, it's super important for people to know that it's really a small percentage of autistic people who have some kind of special ability that they can show off like that. And so to bring that expectation onto my autistic kids, honestly, it's just not fair. It's just not fair. So let's stop asking questions that are just not fair, right? Let's just do it. It'll be great. And lots of people ask stupid questions. They're usually strangers. I was actually at a family reunion a few years ago, and I was talking with the funniest guy. I'm related to him. because he was there at a family reunion. And he said that, true story, his wife and him, they had a hard time, rough time, at first trying to get pregnant. And so that was really tough. And it took lots of years. And they tried lots of different things, and it was really expensive. And they finally had this miracle child, a little girl. She's perfect. She's so cute. And whenever they would take her to church, all the time, people who like they just met would come up to them and be like, look at your little girl. She's so cute. So when are you guys going to have another one? And then this guy would say, how much money do you make? And then there would be an awkward pause. And then he'd say, oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were just asking really personal questions. I thought it was a free-for-all. And I thought that was hilarious because it kind of gives you an idea of an example of, oh, that's a too personal question. It's too personal. Don't ask it. Most of the people who ask the super personal questions are the people who you're not even that close with. And so please, let's stop asking those stupid questions because it is really dumb. It's really stupid and it's awkward. If someone opens up and decides to be super personal and vulnerable with you, then please be a good listener to them. But to expect people to just be like, oh, so are you going to have another one? Or, oh, believe me, I can think of a lot of super personal questions like, oh, are your children adopted? Or, oh, how come your children's doing that behavior? Are they special needs? Like, why do you have to bring it up? We don't have to. And especially when someone first says, my child is autistic, it's hard to know what to say, right? Because honestly, all the stupid questions enter my head and I go, what do I say? What is it? What's appropriate to say? I want to end on this note. An appropriate, wonderful thing you could say is just to compliment them. And please don't compliment them like, oh, I'm sure you're the best mom in the world, because it's that broad compliment that no one believes. And then usually they're like, you have no idea, I just yelled at my child this morning and now you're making me feel guilty. So let's not do that either. But an actual compliment, if you really know them, then you can say, remember when you stood up for that person in a PTA meeting and you showed great leadership? I think of you as a super good advocate. You're going to be an amazing advocate for your child. Like, he's lucky to have you. That is a sincere compliment. That's something that's going to really help someone, be like, inspire them and lift them. And so let's not, let's stop saying, oh, I'm so sorry for you, once you have heard that someone has an autistic child. Let's stop that. Let's stop saying those stupid things and those stupid questions. And we can go and just really concentrate on the positive and choose to say things that lift people up. Because honestly, if you have a child who's on the spectrum, if you're a special needs child, if you're a child who's autistic, you're in good company. Because that's my tagline.